Hi, and welcome to Chef Maxwell's Kitchen. We're here at the Virginia Culinary Institute in Norfolk, Virginia. They've been really great about hosting us here. This is where the next generation of great Virginia chefs is going to come from. So pay attention to the Culinary Institute of Virginia. We're going to do something a little different today. We're using Chesapeake Ray, which is an animal that lives in the Chesapeake Bay, as you could probably guess. Right? But it's a very abundant food source that's local, and we're very particular about safe, fresh, and local on this show. So we're going to do that. We've got some great garden greens, some romaine, some spinach, some baby purple romaine, some really nice stuff. Check out your local farmer's market because this stuff is available there. Right? And we're going to make a Caesar salad. We're going to start with some eggs. Now, classical Caesar salad calls for just the egg yolks. But I know that at home, I don't have a lot of uses for egg whites. So this recipe actually uses both the whites and the yolks. Right? And we're going to add some anchovies. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like anchovies. I don't know why, because I love them. But what they do is they stimulate certain receptors in your tongue, right, to help you pick up other foods well. You need a good acid in here, so I'm putting balsamic vinegar and red wine vinegar. All right. I'm going to use 2 kinds of mustard. You can use one if you'd like. I'm using the coarse grain mustard for a little texture, and I'm using the smooth Dijon-style mustard, all right, for better flavor. I'm adding some garlic. All right. And now I'm going to process this. All right. I'm going to process it with this handheld blender of mine. As it's going, I'm just going to trickle this oil in to make what's known as an emulsion. The emulsion will help give it body and thickness and make it into a real dressing. And it'll take a couple of cups of oil. What we're going to do is we're going to take just a little bit of a break while I finish this up, because it's going to take 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll come back and finish up the sauce. All right, we're just about finished with this. It's a little bit more oil. And we're there. And you can see how this process has made a nice, thick dressing. All right. I'm going to season it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And a little bit of salt and pepper. Salt. Just give it another stir. And I'm going to use a whisk to stir this in. You can make this in a blender or food processor. However you want to do it. But there's our dressing. Let me pour this into the here so you can see how nice the consistency is. We got this ray is cut in strips. And this is stingray. Right. We're going to bread this. And we've got a little bit of flour here that we've seasoned up. I seasoned it up with some Old Bay seasoning, but you can use pretty much any kind of seasoning that you want, and you could get a commercial breader if you wanted to. All right, so I'm going to drop a little bit more in here. Get that all into there. And now the important thing here is to keep one hand wet, one hand dry as we're going through this thing. All right, now let's see if this is hot enough now. I've got one going in there. Oh, yeah, it's starting to bubble. So we'll get a few more of these ray strips. Now, these are really interesting little product. We're calling them stingers, all right, to make a great little appetizer snack, fried off, served with a hot sauce. It's good for restaurants that feature adult beverages. In it goes. There's a tomato. We're just going to wedge this tomato a little bit. Bring this plate of greens down here. I'm going to put some of this tomato on here. All right, let's check these, Ray. We don't want to overcook them. It's a pretty sensitive food for that. It works best medium or medium rare, but we want to get some good color on this, the breadcrumbs, and it looks like we did. All right? So we've got beautiful color here. And we're going to just arrange these on the top. All right. And this is almost like what you'd see in a restaurant as a chicken Cesar. All right, the little strips of food, and we're going to dress this. Just moving this on. And now I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and we're all set. We've got our Ray Cesar, or our Stung Cesar, or however you want to call it, Caesar salad with Chesapeake Ray. Remember, here at Chef Maxwell's, we always play with our food, but it's better if the food is safe, fresh, and locally grown. For more delicious recipes using Virginia-grown fruits and vegetables, contact Lisa Lloyd at the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services at 102 Governor Street, Richmond, Virginia, 23219.
Chef Maxwell's recipes are listed on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafb.com or saveourfood.org.